To the bold analysis, ladies and gentlemen. Sharp divisions have emerged about the planned William Ruto's trip to Mount Kenya. And while a program is supposed to be availed to media to plan coverage, and especially the Kikuyu vernacular stations, not that has been availed. And in this podcast, we are going to look at what really different factions around the president, what they are raising about that trip. And all that, you are going to find it in the story in the page 5 of the Standard. Why the president is blowing hot and cold over the tour of restless Mount Kenya. In this article, they've actually detailed what different factions of Ruto's inner circle are thinking about it. And while some believe it is the right time to tour the region, there is a clique that are advising the president that it is not really advisable. But what exactly should be the template? So make sure you watch to the end. I promise you this will be another interesting episode that you can't afford to miss. Kindly subscribe to our channel, click the notification bell and like our videos. Subscription is absolutely free. But when you subscribe to our channel, you'll be getting notifications whenever a video is published. Now, when we publish a video, you're going to get those notifications. You're not going to miss any. Remember, it is absolutely free. But when you subscribe, you shall also be helping us support the revenue stream by the ad stream. So thank you very much for your support, and we are moving together stronger. There is a faction that is telling the president that this is not the right time. And this is what is in this article. There are those who feel the visit coincides with the purge in the National Assembly and the Senate powerful committees that saw former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua Alice removed from the powerful committees. Now, one of the factors by those saying this is not the right time, they're saying that it is coming at a time a clique of members of parliament around from Mount Kenya were removed from some powerful committees in the National Assembly. And if they're not careful, that is one of the factors that is going to cause a little bit jostling during that. The second other concern is Raila Deal is not going to be receptive. And I will just want to read it verbatim what is there. Some of the Ruto allies worry that the visit also coincides with the president's solemnization of political marriage with ODM leader Raila Deal, who Ruto made the subject of hate during his campaigns, accusing him of misleading former President Uhuru Kenyatta. In fact, the last time President Ruto visited Mount Kenya in 2023, August, it was at the height of the protest led by Raila Deal. And he went talking about the handshake. Personally, I will be interested and I will be keen to see how the president will vouch for Raila Deal. Just months after, a year after spending time castigating what will be the handshake push by Odinga team.
Ati achome barabara, ati haribu biashara ya watu wengine, ati alipe vijana wapige mawe polisi. Hiyo watu tumewaambia hiyo haiwezi tena kufanyika katika taifa letu la Kenya. Na unajua wamezoea kutumia violence. Ati ndio wajipange wapate kitu kwa serikali. Walikuja wakasukuma Moi mpaka wakapatiwa cooperation. Wakakuja wakasumbua Kibaki mpaka wakaenda na nusu mkate. Wakakuja wakasumbua Uhuru mpaka wakaenda na handshake, wakatusumbua wakaharibu serikali yetu. Hii serikali ya mahasla iko kweli mambo ya handshake kwa hii serikali ya mahasla? Hii serikali ni ya mahasla. Hapa wacha niseme mapema mchana. Hakuna maneno ya handshake, hakuna maneno ya nusu mkate. Ndugu, tunaelewana? Ile deni tuko naye na mtu akitendawili ni vile atafika Bondo. Hakuna kazi nyingine. Na tulisema tutamweka kwa wheelbarrow. Ama mnasemaje? Kazi ambayo nimebakisha ni hiyo tu ya kupeleka yeye mpaka Bondo. Ama namna gani? Si ile nyingine mlimaliza? Ama namna gani? Watu wa Nyeri tumekubaliana? Tumekubaliana? Na hawa watu nitawakalia ngumu. Sisipo. Hapana. Mambo ya fujo atikulete vita. Hapana, hiyo story hakuna. Ama ni aje? Ama ni aje jameni? Nilijaribu kuwa muungwana wakaniletea kisirani. Sasa watakutana na mimi. Watakutana na mimi hao. Sijui kama tunaelewana watu wa Nyeri. Ndipo tumekubaliana. Tunakubali tujenge nchi yetu jameni. Na tupeleke Kenya yetu mbele. Wala wanakubaliana na mimi nione kwa mkono, wala wanakubaliana na mimi. Basi.
I've intentionally said the handshake push by Odinga team because I honestly believe that the 2023 protest that was packaged as cost of living protest by Raila Odinga was not about the cost of living and even fighting for those who were killed during those protests. It was part of the longer strategy to get the handshake. Most of us may not agree with that, but that is the truth. And sometimes it is good just to say the truth because it is what it is. With the State House instructing chiefs to boycott Nyoro launch, most MPs feel the breakaway and will find heroism and will be heroes by skipping the president's events. Most of them will feel it better to skip the president's events and actually send the messages. The other third concern by the team asking the president to skip, not to launch, not to attend, rather not to visit the region, is the issue of projects. And I would want to look at what is being said here, is the issue of projects. And they're saying, launching of projects, which projects are going to be launched, which of them should be launched. Now, a women rep whose allegiance belongs to the president said she was for the postponement of the tour. She said the government had started new projects in the region, and that was in a bid to remove the Kaongo tag, which was connotation of a liar. They felt the president would have launched old projects as opposed to proposing locals that his administration would pump money into some of them. Some of us are of the view, and that is what they are saying, that it is high time the president departs from inspecting projects, launching projects done by National Government Constituency Development Fund, CDF and GCDF, and relaunching already launched projects. I've been saying that here, that if MPs across the country want to maximize on what is perceived as president's development tours, they should deny the president those projects launched by NGCDF, because that is money that is fully managed by a board under the member of parliament. And the president comes there as a representative of the national government. So he should actually come with the national government projects. The giant projects, those are the ones that he should actually bring to the people. The last time President Ruto made a political tour of the region, he spent 6 days castigating attacks, castigating Raila Odinga in the region. During the 2023 visit, projects that had been launched by retired President Uhuru Kenyatta witnessed a new plague amidst song and dance and flashy cameras as Ruto unveiled them afresh, some of the third one. And when he was unveiling them, he was saying that those projects were not done because of the handshake between Raila and Uhuru Kenyatta. Now, these projects include the 280 million Irari and Kanywambora irrigation project in Embu County. I'll be interested to see if this project is going to be relaunched or whether it will be at what percentage, which the president launched on August 18th, but had also been unveiled by Uhuru's Water and Irrigation Cabinet Secretary Cecily Kariuki in March 2021. It was a project that was launched by Cecily Kariuki in 2021, and in August 8th, it was again relaunched by the president. And then there is tamaking of the 25-kilometer Rukuriri Kaderi Kanywambora Road, also in Embu, got a new plague. However, another faction believes Ruto should go to the region. So things are not really looking good. And in fact, I would want to give you an example of one of the projects I've just read, something that has been read here. The MPs that have come out supporting this president's visit, and this is leaders Njoroge Wainaina from Kieni, John Mutunga, Tigani East, Eric Wamumbi from Madeira. They maintain that the tour that is starting on 31st will be a turning point for Mount Kenya. And look, for example, what Wainaina wants the president to go and launch. That the president will visit Kieni to inspect the ongoing construction of a market in Narumoru. That is already a project that had been launched. It's inspecting an ongoing one. I don't know how the president is an inspection officer. Then 3,000 issuance of title deeds to residents of Mwishuri village who have lived as squatters. And then open Narumoru primary school built through NDCDF. Why would an MP build a primary school, then ask the president to come and launch? A primary school. Come on, a primary school. I think the president should launch dams. So, and these are some of the things that some of us are saying, that it is not really right just to give the president such. Call in response from the local station sampled by the president's handlers shows the social contract with the people seem to have collapsed, and it will take a magic to redeem it. The Kikuyu stations who have been reporting about the president's tour have been calling those stations, and the president's team handlers are trying to sample some of the responses or their positions of that trip. And the intel is not looking good that President Ruto's social contact with the people seem to have collapsed. Faith Gitau, Nyandarua women rep, who has been seen donating foodstuff to try to lure the people to attend those trips. There's some three factors that I'm just a bit interested in. I just want to bring out there. The MPs have been given some money and some financial fortunes to come and mobilize people to attend President Ruto's events in Mount Kenya. I choose to believe that these events are just development tours. And it's probably going to launch projects one after the other. But what's the demand for crowds if those are not just political rallies? Why are we procuring crowds if we are just going to deliver projects? And the issue of the crowds and this mobilization makes some of these events a bit more expensive than even the projects being launched. You need to give millions to a member of parliament to go and mobilize people to come out so that you will run a narrative that, against the perception that I'm not loved there, I still have the people. MPs and county chiefs are trooping to State House for planning while the counties are facing cash crunch. Members of parliament and senators and some governors have been visiting State House for better part of last week, hosted by the president, allegedly to plan and map out projects that government is supposed to do and the governments that the ones that government are going to do. But just the same time, they are crying that the national government is yet to do the county disbursements. So while you are praising the president because he's coming with his basket of projects, but at the same time you cannot be able to run county government, which one is better? But of course, because of politics are there. Now, there are hype about projects where there are a lot of hype about launching new projects. But why are we not seeing complete ones? Remember, there are those ones that we launched even 2 years ago. Immediately after that election, it only took us 4 months until we started launching. So by the time we'll be getting to August 8th, Kenya Kwanza will be 3 years in power. 3 years in power. And we strongly believe that should have come hand in handy with some complete projects. For example, listen to this one. Listen to this one, Kangai Market, this one where Alice Wahome was even promised.
Nilisimama hapa nikasema tutawajengea soko. Sasa mimi nimekuja hapa na mambo ya soko, si ndio? Na mimi nimekuja, nimeona hapa, nimemwambia waziri Alice Wahome, hapa nilikuwa nimepanga soko ya milioni 50, lakini mimi nimepima nikaona hii soko yenu inahitajikana soko kubwa. Sasa Mama Alice, hiyo soko ya milioni 50 wachana naye, enda uchore soko ya milioni 150. Sindio? Sindio jameni? Kwa sababu nyinyi mimi naona hapa ni soko kubwa. Sindio? So wacha niwaongezee milioni 100 ingine, tuwe na soko hapa ya milioni 150. Na ipangwe vizuri, mpaka iwekwe cold room, mpaka iwekwe mali ya value addition, mpaka ngoja hapa na bodaboda, mnaniharakisha, mmeambiwa niko na haraka ya kwenda wapi? Nini nyamazeni? Ndio? Si mimi nimekuja? Kwani nikilala hapa iko makosa? Sasa wewe unaniharakisha, nikiamua kulala hapa utafanya nini? Ndio? So tumekubaliana, wewe hiyo procurement ya 150 million stop and enda urudie nyuma. Eri ningoje mwezi moja ingine. Wacha ningoje mwezi moja ingine ndio ichorwe soko mzuri, ikuje iwekwe hapa. Tunaelewana? Na mimi nataka niulize gavana wetu Kawira Mwangaza, nimwambie, si ndio? Nataka nimwambie gavana wetu Kawira anisaidie vile tutapanga hawa wa mama wa hapa sokoni na wafanyabiashara wa sokoni, ndio tuwaweke hapa kando kidogo, mimi nijenge soko kubwa hapa. Alafu saa ile wanafanya biashara yao warudi, saa ile nimemaliza warudi waendelee na biashara yao. Si nyinyi mtajipanga? Ndio nipate mahali ya kujenga soko. Ndio soko ikuwe mzuri. Iwe na maji, iwe na stima, iwe na cold room, iwe ni mahali ya choo mzuri, na hiyo niweke hoteli ndani. Ama mnatakaje? Si ndio? Mpaka nitaweka internet, ICT hapo ndani nitaweka. Mahali mnaweza kufinya ICT muendelee na kazi. Wamepitisha 1.24 billion shillings ya stima ya Meru County. So waheshimiwa, mtajipanga na waziri wetu, mtajipanga na officers wetu wa mambo ya stima, mtuambie ni sehemu gani haina stima ya kutosha, kwa sababu tunataka kuunganisha watu in the next 1 year.
Now, the template, and I want to speak to Mount Kenya in the context of this. What is the template? What should they do? Money is coming there in sacks since Saturday. The money is going to be poured. I can promise you, I saw what happened in Nairobi. Money was poured, even in Mount Kenya. But the border guys should get ready. Money is coming. The government is going to pour money. There will be plenty of it. But remember, that is the only available project. I wish that as the president comes, you need to find out, you need to mirror whether his presence is, you need to mirror the kind of projects he's going to launch. And ask yourself, is this one he is brought or this one is found? Is this one new or this one was existing? Is he launching this for the second time? Those questions need to be asked. Number 2, come out in your numbers and don't heckle. Oh yes, I need to tell this. And if you feel you must heckle, then just stay at home, because you also need to know that the security team around the president knows and they expect this hustling. They might descend on you, the blows and what and what. Remember what happened in Isiolo. And the reason why I also don't want you to heckle, and the reason why I'm also asking you to avoid heckling, is because don't give the president an excuse of not coming back. We know Mbadi has said that our debts have reached the peak and we don't have money for development. But the president is still going on promising left, right, and center. Just accord him reception. Let him promise more and more. He will promise more and more. But back in Nairobi, the CS Mbadi is saying things are not looking good. But because there is nothing new, he will continue promising. So don't give him an excuse of not to come back. Let him come back. Because ile kitu atachukua hiyo kidogo aende would the western side, wacha wapatiane hii for one or the other. Number 3, he will not attack Gachagua. MPs will be used to do the work. He might even call for a handshake with Rigathi just to excite the crowd, I can tell you. He will not go full throttle against Rigathi. I'm not seeing that. And if he changes his mind and go about that, I will try to analyze. But from where I'm seated, the MPs are the ones that will be used to attack Gachagua, and especially the specific ones from Nyeri. They're the ones that are going to do that work. So, and you can heckle your MP by the way. Your MP unaweza heckle, but achana na president. Huyo ukimheckle, watakukujia. And your MP will take all the time, all the credit. In the rallies, in the market, in the school, speaking to favorite projects, he will commit to deliver. Ask for more. He comes to a school, ask for the bus, he will bring it. Take advantage of this opportunity. Don't just be a praise and worship. After saying hizo zote, sema yako, sema hiyo yenye mnataka. Because the president is coming for some sort of public participation. I can tell you that public participation is at your masses. What you ask for, he will promise. He will say he will come back for it. Lastly, he's also going to parade GEMA appointees in cabinet, parastatals, the principal secretaries, in some government agencies to confirm to you that government is broader, and even if Raila is there, doesn't mean others are supposed to leave. But one thing you need to question yourself, the change in fact by those appointments. Thank you.